Hi, my name is Austin Becker. I traveled to Ghana, Africa at the University of Ghana Legon campus through the CSU IP program. I came back in December and I had a fantastic time. Very, very eye-opening, very just really, it informed me a lot about myself and really like how I can experience other cultures. And the program really helped me kind of get out of my shell too. I was a little more introverted before I went over there, but now I'm a little more confident. Ghanaians they are so friendly. Literally the first day when I arrived, they just welcomed me in. Like it was kind of like it's like a family that I haven't met before, and they're just like, "Oh, here you go. Here's our culture. Here's what we do and stuff like that." And that was a big part of the experience for me. Personally, I wanted something different out of my education. I like here in America, right? I've community college here. I had that experience, but I wanted something that would really challenge me, challenge my kind of perceptions of academics, perceptions of just the world for me because it's only America based, right? I wanted to try something different, and it made me mature as a person. I think that's the biggest thing that I took away from this experience is I feel more globally minded. I feel more just like I'm not nervous about kind of going traveling places because I've been halfway across the world. So it's really just it was definitely a more modest living, but I think that made it personally for me. It made me connect more with the people there because I wasn't so focused on the material comforts of the room. I was focused more on just meeting new people. So I kind of did some research before coming over here. The currency is a little bit less than the US dollar. For every $1 it's around 6 Ghana cedis, which is like the dollar there. I was able to budget pretty well because I'm a pretty organized person. I kind of wrote down okay, I have this much in my bank account for this month. How do I budget it for going out with friends, going out with other students, going just getting my food to cook with, right? Go if I want to go out to go fancy restaurant or go to a club or something like that. I kind of factored that in, but it was more just writing it down for me on the piece of paper, actually seeing it, not not having it in my mind because it's kind of old, it was jumbled there, but then put it on paper, it was really easy and really helped me get through. So the food was excellent. Before I came over, I was kind of more of a picky eater. I'm I don't know if I'm gonna really like the food, right? I don't know if it's gonna really vibe with me, right? But I found that the food it's like an explosion of my taste buds. I'd say the food is probably something that I miss the most. Having like that fresh made jollof rice or the fish or just really some of the other dishes about banku. It's kind of like a rolled dough, but it's also those personal connections I made with everybody too. I can still talk with them. It's definitely not the same. Even when I talk to them over phone, it's not the same. Actually, going different places with them, just having a good time. That connection. I'm really glad I made those connections there, and I haven't. But it's something that I really truly miss. So yeah. It is crazy. I kind of had my expectations kind of going in. I'm okay, this is kind of know American nightlife, but then going there, it is wild. It is crazy. You'll kind of nervous, oh, is this how it is? But it's a crazy and kind of chaotic vibe, but it's also controlled chaos in a way. But it's just really fun for clubs specifically. It wasn't just foreigners or just Ghanaians. It was a nice mix, and it kind of that mesh of cultures was really really unique, and I loved it. I would say probably homesickness. That was kind of the first 2 or 3 weeks. I was a little worried about how my family's doing, kind of my friends are doing. They knew I was coming or going there, but I don't know if like they have their perceptions of what Africa is, and like I don't know if they're like, oh, is that what he's experiencing, stuff like that. So I was kind of worried about how they're doing, and it kind of made me like a little lonely at times. But the good thing is at the international program office at the University of Ghana, they have really good people there that just they want the best for you. They want to see how you're doing. They want you to have a great time. And with them and kind of the combination of other international students that I went with, it turned out to be very well. I after the 2 or 3 weeks, I was fully loving it. Like it was. Again, the fascination was there before, but it's like I just kind of fell into like a groove. For me, organization that's a big thing. I practiced that before coming here. I'm again very organized, kind of systematic person. That helped me because everything was kind of in flux going there because my emotions was riding high coming in there, and I kind of did. Yeah, I was kind of a little confused at the beginning, but then I fell back and I'm like, okay, I'm doing this on this day, and just kind of planned everything out. And having that organizational mindset really did help me. That was the biggest thing for me that helped. So my biggest fear was I think it was loneliness, kind of with separation from like family and friends because I'm pretty close to them. But also, it was a little bit of like, am I going to make good friends there? Am I going to mesh well with the other students? You know, thing about Ghanaian culture, like I mentioned, the people they're so welcoming and so loving and so caring that it's like those fears kind of melted away. By the time I was leaving, I didn't want to go because I felt so connected to the Ghanaians, to my friends there, to everybody. I loved it, and I don't know how else to say it. I wish I could have stayed longer. If you're interested in sports or anything like that, football is a big thing in Ghana. Or football, soccer, call it here, but football they call it there, and they have different watch parties and stuff like that. And I'd recommend just going to one and just really experiencing it because it's kind of like a Super Bowl party, but like every single time because everybody gets so jazzed up and energized over their certain teams, and it's something truly to behold. It's one of my highlights of my experience there in Ghana. So. Be open to anything that comes your way. Be really open-minded when you're coming into a country. Everybody has their like preconceived notions of what something is, right? But if you really want to enjoy the experience, I would say come in there and just expect to learn pretty much everything and get people asking you questions and be open to just your environment too, because there's so much that's there to offer that if you kind of just focus on one little thing and have like more like the tunnel vision mindset, you're definitely not going to experience the wonders of whichever country you decide to choose.